Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Stakes are high as Raila heads to Ethiopia in his quest to become the next African Union Commission chairperson after the term of Musa Faki ends. But back at home, there is a lot of pressure. There is a group of people that feels that Raila Odinga should not win this seat because they say Raila should come back and help them fight the president, William Ruto, whom they accuse of very bad policies that have only made life to be very difficult in the country. But there's another group that feels that Raila should go because this is the best place to retire. Now, fear seems to have gripped the Azimio and the ODM fraternity. I've tried talking to the followers of Raila Odinga, and many feel that we have a very strong competitor, the Djibouti candidate. Many feel that the Francophone countries will vote together because I understand that in the history of the African Union Commission, there is only one non-Francophone candidate that has ever won that seat, and that is I think the lady from South Africa. So they feel that this candidate is going to give Raila a run for his money. But Raila recently admitted that this is a competition and he can win or lose, and that created even more fear among his supporters. Not only that, there are leaders who are telling the supporters of Raila Odinga that they should learn from the past elections. In every election year, we've seen the supporters of Raila over the moon with joy, with lots of expectation. After the elections, they are always very disappointed, and Raila always comes back that his votes have been rigged. And this time round, they are telling the supporters that you need to hope for the best, but you also need to prepare for the worst. Have a place in your heart that will accommodate any bad news should Raila lose that election.
Mimi nimesikia hapa mambo mingi na ninashangaa, kwani hii time yako inaenda haraka bwana. Ninashangaa sana. Jana nilikuwa kule Jakaranda na nikaongea na ndugu zangu ambao wameweka their hopes high up in the AUC maneno. Wewe kama umekuwa ukisupport Raila, right now you should be a wiser supporter of Raila. Hii maneno ya kuweka mambo 100%, unafaa kuwa umewacha. Unajua, the way Raila Odinga supporters thinks is very different from how he thinks. Sasa Raila akona vipindi ngapi? 2. Hii atatuweka tukiongea hapa even after AUC. 1 akishinda, 2 akishindwa. Ili mjue Raila anapanga kote at the same time. There is a statement he has said that if I win, it will be well and good. But if I lose, I have a place to call home. Sasa hii kama mmejipanga, mimi nimejipanga. This time round hakuna kununua panado with Raila ameanguka. Because nimeambia wangwana wengine hapa, wakati uko na kijana kwa boma, muda imefika ya kuoa na mnaona haoi, mnamtafutia msichana, mnampatia, anafukuza, anasema huyo hajui kutandika kitanda. Mnatafuta mwingine, mnampea, anafukuza, anasema huyo hajui kuoga. Ninyi mnadhani shida ni wasichana, kumbe shida ni yeye hataki kuoa. Sasa hii kijana yenu mnataka aoe, hataki majukumu ya kupigiwa simu, sijui chumvi hakuna, sijui maziwa. Kuna benefits anapata akiwa bachelor. Akienda mahali tu akunywe chai na matumbo, yeye yako sawa. Anatembea na familia yake yote kwa magoti. Nyinyi mmekazana atienda uoe. Nani aliwaambia anataka kuoa? The reason why I'm saying this, 2022 elections, I'm still on AU. I'm just bringing case studies. Raila Odinga went and voted in Kibra. Akaenda akapata an approximate number of 3,000 voters at that polling station. A person who really wants to be president would actually persuade them to vote. But Raila went ahead and voted alone. Voted. Then akageuka akasema vijana rea. Vijana hai. Akapanda juu ya gari. Watu wote wakamfuata. Akaenda akawaacha mbali sana na polling station. Na hakuwahi kupanda juu ya gari akamwambia rudini mpige kura. Hakusema. Akaenda na kura 1000 ngapi? 3. Mimi wakati niliona hiyo social media nikashangaa, what is going on? Lakini watu wakawa wana dismiss. Later on I realized kwamba wakati mambo imechamuka Bomas, Babu Owino anaona hiki kitu inaenda, anakimbia kwa baba Karen, anapata baba anakunywa John Walker Hennessy. Anamwambia kaa chini upewe glass. Wacha maneno mingi. Ruto is a Kenyan just like any other. So we are not supposed to panic just because he's becoming president. Nyinyi hapa mmekasirika. So, hii maneno ya AU wacheze kujisumbua. Hiyo ni yake. Akipita tutashukuru. Akikosa hiyo ni kitu hatufai kwa tunashtuka, ni kitu tumezoea. So hiyo maneno wacheze.
Now, one of the very core principles in Azimio, Kalonzo Musyoka, who has supported Raila for a period of 15 years, yes, 15 years, also shocked many when he invited Raila that in the event that he loses that seat, he should come back, join hands, and make efforts to ensure that they make life very difficult for William Samoei Ruto. Can you listen to Kalonzo Musyoka?
Juzi kule Isiolo, watoto wakasema tumechoka na uongo. Kwanza anasema hii barabara hii itaenda Modogasha, itaenda Mandera, sema uongo. Wakasema uongo. Alafu akasema nyinyi hamwezi kutisha serikali, tutawasafirisha. Jana na leo wameshika watoto zaidi ya 50 Isiolo. Na huku ni Isiolo. Kenya hii inatawaliwa kidemokrasia, sio kwa kimabavu. Na ile lazima tukomboe nchi yetu. Wangapi wako tayari kuikomboa tena? Tukikomboa nchi yetu, kila mtu atakuwa mahali ambapo anapumua hewa safi. Si ni kweli? Kwa hivyo mimi leo nataka tu niwaambieni, hiyo vita inaendelea kwa bunge, itaendelea. Mahakama imeonyesha wazi kwamba wabunge wengi ni wa Azimio, sio wa Kenya kuisha. Na kwa hivyo spika anajaribu kujitetea, na mahakama anasema uwezi, huyu speaker is my friend but is going to be cited for contempt of court. Haiwezekani kamwe ukatupilia mbali maoni ya mahakama. Mbona sisi tuliposema ameshinda tulisema hatukubaliani, lakini tunasalimu amri. Nikaambia Raila na Martha wawache, si ni kweli? Sasa hiyo mahakama hiyo imesema ni wizi mtupu. Kwa hivyo mimi Raila anaenda kutafuta kiti AU. Namwambia aende, lakini akiona kinaumana arudi hapa tukomboe Kenya. Sina namna gani? Wangapi wanasema tukomboe Kenya? Wangapi wanasema tutomboe Kenya? Kumbuka tulikuja hapa one time tukasema resist. Kumbuka vijana wa Kwale waliona mambo ni mambaya, wakati ule wakaanzisha kombo.
Now when you listen to all these leaders speak, then you understand that there is a lot of fear. They are not very sure whether Raila is going to win this seat. In fact, many believe that Raila's chances are very, very minimal. Now, in Ruto's camp, I understand they are praying day and night that Raila captures this seat, because in the event that Raila is not going to become victorious, then back at home, Ruto is going to have sleepless nights. And many believe that there are grounds to predict that Raila is going to join hands with the fellow Azimio counterparts to ensure that they start checking the government. I want you to listen to Richard Onyonka, who is telling Raila Amolo Odinga that, yes, we are going for the seat, but should there be any obstacles, please come back. We need to have a round table talk to see how we can confront the government of William Samoei Ruto, because it has become a very unpopular government.
Mzee Raila, tunajua unaenda AU, lakini kama kuna shetani na hautapata, ukirudi hapa kuja tuongee sasa, kwa sababu hatutaki utuachie President William Ruto. Unaona bado abductions zinaendelea. Unaona juzi anasema mtu yote ambaye anatoka Somalia, kama unataka kipande kuja Kenya okota. Mheshimiwa Raila, unajua koti imesema juzi wewe sasa ndio una majority kule bunge. Hebu tuite watu wa ODM tuulizane maswali. Can you please come and explain to Kenyans where we are headed to?
From the sentiments of the Kisii Senator Richard Onyonka, we can only conclude that many believe that Raila might not win this seat. Not only that, they believe that when he comes back, it is going to be fireworks. What are some of these grounds that Raila is going to start from if he has to start hitting William Ruto hard? Number one, before Raila went, Raila was attending a prayer event that had been organized by the Women League, the ODM Women League. And Raila told them that he is not going to sit back and watch abductions taking place in the country. And he ordered that the abductions must stop. So one of the very grounds many people felt that Raila was laying a foundation so that in the event that he loses, he has a ground to start with. He will just come back and say, tunataka abduction ikome. And with that, Raila starts something that looks like very trivial. And as time progresses, the whole idea also progresses. And before you know it, it has become a force to reckon with. So he will start by criticizing and demanding that we must stop abductions. Abductions are rampant in the country. The recent one is Isiolo. It has become so petty that even if you heckle the president, then before you night the following day, the DCI are on you. You are getting abducted, people are arrested. So that is the ground that Raila is going to start with. And you see, if Raila starts talking about abductions, that will be music to the ears of the Azimio supporters. Even those who are saying that, Raila betrayed Gen Zs when he called off the Gen Zs protest. What if Raila comes and he declares another demonstration? I know many people are saying that, Luos have been killed on the streets, but Raila once told you that Luos and the ODM stand for something. Raila can declare another maandamano and he can redeem himself. For people fear, especially those who are around William Ruto, that Raila might come back with another wave of demonstrations. Number two, the High Court ruling recently declared the Azimio as the majority coalition in parliament. And this has become an epicenter for antagonization between the two leaders or the two camps. Yesterday, you saw Junet Mohammed occupying the majority leader's seat, and he was saying it is warm. He doesn't see himself leaving any soon. At the Senate, it was the same thing. And Kalonzo Musyoka and the other Azimio leaders are saying that we must take up what belongs to us because this has been given by a court of justice. Of course, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, is saying that it is his prerogative to determine who is the majority leader or which is the majority party, a party with the majority members of parliament. But the ODM fraternity, the Azimio fraternity, saying that they are not going to let go. And so this can be another ground for starting a supremacy battle. Raila can come back and say, hatuachi. When he says that, all the other supporters will start singing that song. In parliament, there is going to be chaos. Remember, before Gachagua was impeached, William Ruto did not have the numbers to take Gachagua home. And it was the support of Raila Amolo Odinga that aided Gachagua to go home. So Raila holds a very special part in Ruto's ministry. in Ruto's governance. And if he comes back and starts demanding that they get their rightful shares, I can assure you that it is going to be very difficult for William Samoei Ruto. No, he can even come back and start saying that we have stabilized this government and therefore we need half of the shares. And usumkate, and if you don't want, we are here to fight for our rights. And you know, William Ruto is facing a lot of rebellion, taxes. As we speak, I understand that civil servants don't have a breathing space. Their payslip is exhausted, if for lack of a better term. So if Raila starts talking of taxes, he talks of abductions, he talks of the court ruling, and he will say court rulings must be respected. Remember, they have told the Kenya Kwanza that when Madam Martha Koome declared Ruto as the president, we didn't agree with the ruling, but we had to obey. And therefore, you also have no choice but to obey the court orders, even if you don't agree with it. So that is going to be another foundation to begin a supremacy battle. The third one is the recent declaration by William Ruto to abolish the strict vetting of the Kenyan Somali community. When William Ruto signed that decree, and it has really elicited a lot of reaction. People are now saying that William Ruto is either preparing to rig elections with the numbers, or he wants to swell the numbers so that as we get to 2027, he will compensate for the numbers that he has lost in the mountain. But it is also a recipe for disaster, because like people like Natembeya are saying that this is going to be a breeding space for terrorists from Al-Shabaab. As we speak, we have four chiefs who have been abducted. We don't know where they are. William Ruto said as much, giving ultimatum to the Al-Shabaab. At the same time, signing that decree to remove vetting of IDs. And people are saying that we don't have a problem with the Somali community in the country. Our problem is that the Somalis who are living in Somali will find it very easy to cross border to come to our country to cause mayhem. This will be another foundation. Raila can begin with that. You see, there are very pertinent but very delicate issues that are bedeviling Kenyans. So Raila has got an easy way of coming back and aim directly at William Samoei Ruto. And I can assure you, yes, as long as he's speaking what resonates with the people, then the people will fall for the idea. With an already formed opposition led by Rigathi Gachagua, you never know. In politics, it is about interest. There are no permanent enemies, no permanent friends. I want you to imagine that force from Wamunyoro. If you add the force from Raila Amolo Odinga, do you think William Ruto has a space? In fact, if Raila comes back with that force and he demands for the three things that I've talked about, the seats in parliament, he demands that court orders must be obeyed, he demands that William Ruto must revise the decree to abolish vetting of foreigners coming into the country, and he talks about taxation and all those, and demands that abductions stop, I can assure you that William Ruto can face an impeachment motion. And this is really a worry for William Samoei Ruto. So ladies and gentlemen, Kalonzo has invited Raila to come and get ready to join hands. What do you think? Do you think Raila's loss is detriment to William Ruto? Kindly share with me in the comment section.